Hello, students. I hope you are back from the break. Just give me 1 minute. Okay, if you are back from the break, why don't we get started? So, do replica sets in MongoDB ensure asset properties? Uh, no, I mean not replica set, but uh, but transactions in MongoDB ensure asset properties. Asset property is basically deciding that when I make a change, it is either complete or it is either totally complete or it is totally incomplete. There's no in between state, which is called as asset property. So not replica set, but uh, transactions will determine that asset properties are holding. Okay, so Avijit is asking about cursor. So Avijit, basically the idea is you have bunch of documents in a collection. You will have a cursor which is similar to a pointer, and this will go over each of these documents when I call the find operator. Now I can call a projection which will determine whatever is sent by this cursor, how much of it I'll use. Okay, it is like a filter. You can think of it like a filter. Okay, only a small portion of whatever is in the document will go through this filter on the other side. Okay, so the find cursor get initialized when I do find operator. Okay, when I do find, when I do say db dot user dot find, the cursor get initialized to the first document in the user collection. Yeah, I can. So now, okay, Joseph, nothing. But when you, so how do you search in a? Yeah, I'm going to repeat. I'm going to repeat, Joseph. How do you search in a collection? Can you think of how will you search in a collection when there is no schema in, there is no predefined schema that is present in the documents? How are you going to search? Suppose you have a long array and you want to search for a given number. You will do a linear search. You'll have a pointer which will go over each of the number one by one. Similarly, here you will have a cursor which will go over each of the documents. Okay, and while going over the documents, it will project something as the response. It will either take the document or remove or ignore the document, and each document will have bunch of fields. Okay, so if it is sorted, then the cursor will use a different. It will not start from the starting. It will start from wherever you are asking it to start, depending on the filter that you are applying. Okay, Ankit. So we are going to discuss indexes, and then I'll talk about how indexes. In next to next class, I'm going to discuss indexes, and we are going to talk about how indexes play out in MongoDB. Then I'll talk about how cursors get initialized when the DB is sorted. Today shall we do? Yeah, today we are doing CRUD. Yes, CRUD was the what I was doing, but these questions were coming, so I have to answer them, Nilanjan. Yeah. Okay. Does that make sense, Joseph? You have a cursor which is going over documents, and you have a projection based on which you are deciding what all you are going to report out of what you are seeing. Okay. Sure. MongoDB. So those were the insert operations. Insert many and insert one. There are a few more operations. The next operation is update operation. We can change the age of a user. So what we can do is db.user.update. I can either update one or I can update many. I'll show you update one first. I want to update one, and this operator will first take a filter. So the filter I'm going to use is, the name should be uh, Hari Haran. I can send a filter which is so. Just give me 1 second. Update one. This is what update one is. Load balance update one. Update one is a function, and no, so if I do db dot user dot update one space help, what will happen? Nothing. Help. Yeah. db dot user dot update one. It can be sharded. That's not a problem. Uh, I'm not sure how to do update one help. Maybe I have to do. Okay. No. Anyways, I can just do help. This is help, and in this I can do shell help and print JSON. If I want to see show use. Yeah. Thank you, Satyan. That is the one which we need. Dot help. Yeah. So it has these three properties. It has filters, update, and options. Filter is what we are going to work with. What are all the values on which we want to do the update operation? When we are doing update one, we have to apply only one filter. When we are doing, and what is the update that we need to apply? So let me show you what update I wanted to do. So let me do db dot user dot find, and whatever filter I send here, that filter I can send there also. So let's have as name as Nitish. If I do this, the data point of Nitish comes up. Now I can do db.user.update1, and then I can send name as Nitish, and I can say that for Nitish, set $set. This is going to set the value of age to whatever you want. Let's say age I want to set to 25. Okay. This is going to set the age of Nitish as 25. If I do this, enter, matched count is 1 and modified count is 1. So now what I can do is I can again do db.user. I can do this, and you can see that age of Nitish is set to 25. Is this making sense? Nitish, it's your name. Is it making sense to you? This is how update one can work. Let me see my db.user.find operation. Nitish, are you in the class? Is it okay if I make your age as 25? Nitish, are you in the class? Hello. Okay. Are you following? I saw that you joined a few minutes late. That's okay. That's okay, Nilanjan. All here are younger to me as well, so it's completely fine. Okay, so now what I want to do is, let's say all the people whose age is less than 25, I want to save their age to 25. You get what I wanted to do? Everyone whose age is less than 25, I want to, or maybe less than 20, I want to save it to 25. Or no, everyone whose age is less than 21, I'm going to make their age is 21. So you can do that like this. db.user.update many, and here is the filter. Filter is age. Age is less than LT is for less than 21. If age is less than 21, what am I going to do? I'll do dollar set age as 21. See what I'm doing? Can you tell me what all values will be changed in this case? Whose age will be changed? In this list, who all? Oh, yeah, Nilanjan and Gauri. Nilanjan's age is saved as 20, and Gauri's age is saved as 18. Both of them will become 21. So if I just do enter, two people were found and their age was changed. Okay, Gauri is saying my age will be changed. Okay, now if I do find, you can see that Gauri and Nilanjan's age is changed. Yeah, and Nilanjan is also saying his age will be changed. Got it. So this is how you can change more than one. What is in? Okay, I can do in also. I'll discuss these list of operators. So I can do this also. Say the age is in this list: 25, 22, and 25. 22 and 25. So in is if the age is in 21, 22, and 25. If the age is any one of these lists, then I'll set it to 21. So if I do this, 4 matched and their age was set to 21. Two of them age was already 21. Two of them their age was 22 and 25. So just like in SQL, we can use in here. So now if I do this, Hariharan and Nitish, their age is also set to 21. And Gauri and Nilanjan's age was already 21. Okay. Now I can do ink also. I can show you ink also. I can do the same thing. If age is in this list, I can do increment. Sorry, I have to do increment, but how do increment work? I think it is. If I want to increment age by 2, so I think I have to do increment. I can do age. And I can do dollar increment by 2. Either this is the right, and maybe I can have 21 and what is the other age right now? 21 and 24 and 35. So I'll just do 24. If I do this, so update requires automate. So it should be increment age by 20. So I can just do increment age by 2. And now 5 people's ages increased by 2. So increment works like this and in works like this. Increment takes a field and increase it by 2. So if I now do find, I'm going to have Nitish, Hariharan, Gauri. Their age was 21, now it is 23. And Avijit's age was 24, it is now 26. Okay? Is the increment making sense to everyone? Just like you have increments on your salary, this is an increment on your age. My age didn't change. Nilanjan's age is also changed. Nilanjan's age was, it is changed once. Here, 23 here. Nilanjan, here it was 21, it is 23. You have 2 ages. You have a dark age and a bright age. Double entry. Yes. Anyways. So update 1 and update many is clear. There are some options also you can use on updates. And there are a bunch of options. You can read about them. And again, the best way is to do it like this. Let me show it to you. So if I go to manual I can have a CRUD operation, MongoDB CRUD operation. In this, there is update document. In update document, update method. And now I can close this. There are find one and replace, find one and update, and all these bulk edits. So I can come here. I can click on this function, update many, and I can ask very pointed questions about this. I can come to this, and what are the options I have in the update many method for document update in MongoDB. Now I can write it like this, and it will probably give me all the list of options that I have. Update many method is used to update multiple documents in MongoDB. This method takes two arguments. The filter specifies which document to update, and update document specifies update to be made. The update document can specify several options for updating: set, increment, multiply, and rename, like this, unset, minimum. You can have max also. Min max also works very differently. Current date is there. There are a bunch of options. You can just read about them. Uh, Title of this to update title. Increment the page count field by 10 and set the last. So it gives you an example also. Okay. So that's how you can work with ChatGPT to get the answers. And if you want a pinpointed answer, then you can get the pinpointed answer also. Anyways, you can read about it on your own. Screen is on Mongo campus. Oh, sorry for that. I'm going to show the screen now again. Just give me 1 second. Sorry for that. Actually, it's okay. I'll stop sharing and I'll share the whole screen. Sometimes I forget that I'm sharing part of the screen, and that is the problem I'm facing. I'm going to come here and I'm going to share the whole screen, and I'm going to close this, and I'm going to open the two windows. Okay, these are the two windows. Oh no, this one. Okay, come here, click on this. Yeah. So now, what are the possible values for the option parameter for the update many function in MongoDB? I do this, it will give me all the values I need. The update menu has an options parameter that can be used to specify following option. Upsert, there will be an upsert option. You can also have write concern. Now, if you have questions about any of these, you can ask that also. So this will give you an example also of update many. So you have upsert as true, write is majority, write concern is minority, collation is local, EU, and US. And do not here. So I'll read it out for you. So I asked it, what are the possible values of option parameter for update many function in MongoDB? The update many method in MongoDB has an options parameter that can be used to specify following options. Upsert, to set that if set to true, the method will create a new document. If no document match the filter, the default value is false. To write concern, this option specifies the level of acknowledgement requested from MongoDB for write operation. The default value is W1, which means the write operation will acknowledge by primary server. If the primary server says yes, then MongoDB will say, yeah, I have returned it. But you can also describe write majority as majority, which means unless there is a majority of servers which are saying that it is a correct operation, the write will not go through. Collation will allow you to specify language specific rules. You can decide. We have discussed collation in the previous class a little bit. So, is it making sense? How I'm writing it? I can go further. I can ask this. Can you explain the collation option further? So now it is going to explain me the collation operation also. Sure, the collation option in MongoDB allows user to specify language-specific rules for string comparison in queries. This is useful when working with collation that contain string data in multiple languages. As it allows user to specify rules that should be used for comparing strings in given language. For example, consider the following documents in a collection. There are 3 documents with cafe written in 3 languages. These document contains string cafe in different languages, French, English. The letter E has a different collation used in each language, but by default, MongoDB will use a simple binary comparison to compare these strings, which means that a query from string cafe will only match the document with the same exact string. However, if we specify collation option as E in US, then the query will use, oh sorry, there was a network error. But if I try again, it will come up again. So there is a network error. There are sometimes network errors in this. Yeah. So you see what you can do with ChatGPT. You can write specific questions and you can go deep into one of the options that you're talking about. Okay. Just keep the only thing you have to remember is to keep the documentation ready so that if it gives you a wrong answer, you have a way to check it. Okay. It will write the whole document one more time. Yeah. So now, if you have any doubt about any of these options, you can directly use ChatGPT to get the answer. Okay. You can here they are defining collation as Spanish, and then have a name field. Again, there's a network error which is happening on my computer. But anyways, I hope you got the idea. Okay. Is this making sense? How you can get details about each of these options if you want. Let's go back to MongoDB Compass. Okay. So those were the options for update. Now let's do update operation is done. Let's do delete operation. Delete is, if you have understood update, then delete is very simple. Just do db.user.delete. You can delete many or you can delete one. I'm going to delete many. And now I want to delete a user. I want to delete a user whose age is, I can define it like this, nor and then I can define it should be neither one of these ages. His age should not be 23 and it should not be say 35. If age is not 23, 35 and 26, it will be deleted. 23, 25, 26 and 35. If age is not either one of these, then it will be deleted. Is this making sense? Is this operation making sense? Anyone whose age is not any one of these 26, 26, 23, and 35 will be deleted. So if I press enter, Nitish, is this making sense? Can you tell me who all will be deleted in this list? Who all will be deleted? Can you find the name of people? 35 is already there. 35 will not be deleted. Dipanshu. Only 30 will be deleted. And also this one, this guy will be deleted. Avijit's, this document will be deleted because 20 is not equal to 35. Yeah. This will also be deleted. 20 and 30. 20 in English language and this in Lanjan, which is in 30. 26 is already in the list. Yeah, that is not going to delete. Okay, so if I press enter, two things should be deleted. What is the problem? Clone, position, local position, line, column. I'm not able to. Where is not? I think this should work. What is the error it is saying? Count return position line. I'm not able to see that. I'm not able to understand the error. Let me see what is the error. Tries not in. I had not also. And not should not be. It should be not in. Yeah. It should not be. It should not be nor. Actually, it should be this one. Nor is for some other purpose. It should be not in and in. Okay. If I do this, now it will do. Is this problem? Age not in. I think there is a. This one is there and this one. Okay, this one. Now it should work. Yeah. This one is correct. Not in should be there. Okay. And there was a curly braces which was missing, which was causing the problem. So I deleted two accounts, and if I just do find now, those two accounts, which was 30 and 20, Avijit and Nilanjan, are deleted. So Nin is not in. If the age is not in this list, it will be deleted. Any document whose age is not in this list will be deleted. Does that make sense? Not in. Joseph? Joseph, does that make sense? Not in. In this list, 23, 26, and 35. If age is not in 26, 23, and 35, it will be deleted. This is what it is saying. Sure. So that's how you can delete. You can also use bunch of operations to delete. You can use bunch of options, and those are all intuitive. You don't have to worry about it much. If you understand few of them, you can work out most of the problems. You just have to do less than equal to, greater than equal to, less than, greater than. All those operations are there. There will be a list of operations. I can show it to you also. And if you just go, whenever you want to write a filter, you can go over this list. Just give me 1 second. I'll share the whole screen. There will be a list of operations in the references. There is an operator list. If I click on operator, this will, come on. References. Inside references, I have operator. inside operator, query and projection operators. And if I just click on this, I'll have bunch of operators: equal to, greater than equal to, less than equal, in, not equal to, and, not, nor. You have elements, exist, type. You have expressions. You have all kinds of options. You can try to play around with these options. And whenever you find something difficult, what you can do is you can come here, and when you give an example of using dollar not in operator in, let me refresh it once. Can you give an example of using dollar not in operator for find function in mongo db? I do this, I'll give it'll give me an operator. It'll give an example of operator. So here, not in 20, 30, and 40. It will find users whose age is not in either one of these three values. Okay. So once you have this, you can again understand what not in is doing, and you can work around there. Okay. So all these options, whenever you have a doubt, you can just go to this, go to ChatGPT and ask it a doubt. Okay. Any doubts about this? You want to see that screen again? You want to see that one more time? Yeah, I'll show it to you. I'll just come here and click on this. So this is what it returns. It can return you examples of each of these options. So you can work out why they are working, how they are working, everything about those options you can work out from here. Okay. So that's ChatGPT. Very powerful. Awesome. So the last operator that why there was an error for NOR. There was an error for NOR because NOR is an operator on logical conditions. And there are two errors basically. First of all, NOR cannot be run on a list of data points. It should be run on a list of booleans. Okay. So NOR should be run on bunch of boolean operations, bunch of boolean expressions. First was that, and the second problem was there was a curly braces which was missing. Here there are two curly brackets that are here, but there's only one. So therefore the NOR was giving two errors. Okay, I can show you how NOR operator works if you want. Let me see. Now, if I want to use NOR operator, I'll have to give two expressions. So here I'll have to give age dollar greater than 18, greater than 33, comma, dollar less than, say, 36. Okay, this is going to select all the people, or maybe I can do it otherwise. Greater than 18 and less than 23. All the people whose age is greater than 18 and less than 23 will be selected. Now, this is a list of this. This is correct. This is correct. This is correct. If I click enter, just give me 1 second. NOR has to go with some and not NOR. Okay, NOR has to go here. So just give me 1 second. I can do this like nor, and I can give age. Uh, age is 18, and name. So age is 23. His age is 23, and name is Nitish. Now, what will happen is it will select all the people whose age is not equal to whose age is not 23 and whose name is not Nitish. Okay. Or I can do age is not equal to something else. So let's say age is not equal to 26 and name is not equal to Nitish. So now what will happen is I'll remove four people, but if you look at it, Nitish will not be deleted. Although his age was 23, Nitish is not deleted. Okay. So that's how a NOR operator will work. I can also write it. Nitish is not deleted because his name is Nitish. So although his age is 23, but since his name is Nitish, he is not deleted. Anyone whose age is whose age is 26 or whose name is Nitish will not be deleted. So as long as both the values are not present, they will be deleted. So everyone else was deleted from the list, which is problem because okay, anyways, I've shown you bunch of operators, so I think that's okay. There are more operations like expression, mod, regex, tax. All of these operations are there. So I can also have a regex operation. I'll give you an example of a regex. Find name with a pattern, and the pattern is like this. Avijit and then a star. Anything after Avi will work. So if I do, Avijit comes up. So you can have patterns also. You can have a regex where you can decide the pattern and that pattern will be searched in the database. I can also do it for Nitish. I can just do N and now Nitish will come up. Why is Avijit coming up? And I. Yeah. Why is for N alone? Why is Avijit coming? I'm not sure. There's no N in Avijit. Why is Avijit coming when I'm doing this? If I do star, then oh, it's reading as new line. Okay, so I'll just do it. No. Nitish. Now it is coming. I don't know. I'm not sure about why it is giving Avijit also when I'm writing N star. Nor is like nor A or B. Yes, that is true. Satya, that is true. Not A and not B. Try A. Let me try A also. Also here also Nitish is coming. So I'm not sure. Maybe it is taking some. If I do AV, of course Avijit is coming. But if I just do A, just anyone can come. I'm not sure. You will have to read through the documentation to understand why that is happening. So you can read through the exact documentation for regex. So I have a saying. There's an old man who once said that if you have a problem and you try to solve it using regex, then suddenly you have two problems. If you have a problem and you try to solve it using regex, then you have two problems. First, you have to understand regex, and then you have to understand your problem. So yeah. Anyways, regex it's okay. It's good for some things, but not always. It's like a Swiss Army knife. It's there for everything, but you want to use a specific tool, a specific tools for specific things. Now let's talk about uh, GeoJSON. So I want to play a game with you. Yeah, problem is equal to new problem. Uh, I want to play a game with you. Now I want you to give me your latitude and longitude information. So you can go to Google and you can get. I think there should be a service that can give you the latitude and longitude information. Uh, get my latitude and longitude. If I do this. There's a get let long, and you can select a place. Let me select Bhopal. If I do this, I'm going to share my screen in just a second. Yeah. So what you can do is you can go to this website. Yeah, I'm going to share the screen. I stop sharing and share again. This time share the whole screen. Yeah. You can go to this website. You can just I just searched it online. You can go to this letlong.net, and then you can write the name of your place. It is going to give you a latitude and longitude. And I want you to write the latitude and longitude in the chat. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Satyendra. That is very kind of you. You can go to letlong and give me your latitude and longitude information. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some geotagging or GeoJSON based business for your latitude and longitude. Okay. So I'll just go back to MongoDB Compass, and yeah. So I'll just do insert many, and here I'm going to do name as Anshul, and I have my address. Here, this is how you can write a GeoJSON. This is how you can write a GeoJSON. Just give me 1 second. Oh, okay, I can do it here. Just give me 1 second. Yeah, okay. So this is how you can write GeoJSON in MongoDB. I'm going to write bunch of GeoJSON. The idea is first you write the type, which is in this case we have a type called point, and then we can specify the coordinates. And let's go over all the coordinates that are given. First coordinate is given by Likhit. It is 17.708.018, comma 83.302324. This is one. This is address of Likhit. Okay, I'll save his name now. It's not my name. Let's save it as Likhit. Likhit. This is one address. Okay. Now I'll save another one of your address. So I'll just create a comma. Enter. No. Okay. I'll have to do one more code. Anyways, I want to do it in multiple lines. I'm not able to do it in multiple lines, but okay. I'll add one more. Why do we need type? Because there can be different types of GeoJSON. There is no extra curly brace, or is there? No, there is no extra curly. Answer is for this, and this is for shift enter. Thank you. I'll click shift and enter. That is good. Now shift and enter, and I'll have name as another person. Let's say Vishnu. And address. As again, type can be anything. Type can have few values. It can be a circle. It can be a triangle. It can be a polygon. But we are typically talking about points because all of you are just coordinates. And coordinates as it's user defined. No, it's not user defined. It's not user defined. Type is basically given by the GeoJSON. Point type means it's a single point on the map. Point type means that there can be I'll show you some more types in few minutes. There can also be a triangle type, and then I'll have to give a list of 3 coordinates. Okay, so that's what point is. Let me say Vishnu's latitude minus 12.971599, and his longitude is this minus, like Vishnu, is this minus or it should be 12 only? Okay, you have given. Okay, that's what I was thinking. Why is this value coming minus? There's no minus. So Vishnu's data is 77.594566. Okay, I'll add one more. What happened? Oh, I hate this. This is name colon Vishnu. I'll copy this. Control C. I just tried it. Point. I'm going to explain what point is. Just give me a few minutes. I'll explain what point is. I'll give you an example and it will become clear. Coordinates. And let's say the coordinates of Vishnu, which is 12.97. I'll just write it in short. And 7.59. Since I come out of this, I'm frustrated by this. Okay, I'm just going to add Likit right now, and then I'll add the next name later on. Like this and this. This is how Likit is added. Now I'll add Vishnu. Vishnu point, and I can just write here. It's the location of Vishnu. 12.97, 12.97. I will not write rest of the details. And 7.59, 77.59, 77. Enter. I've added 2 objects. Okay, so that's how we can add. Now what I can do is more interesting. This is simple. I can add one more point if you want. Let me add one more point, which is Hariharan. I'll add Hariharan. and our address is 13.08, 08, comma 80.27, 80.27. Okay, I have added uh, three geolocations. Now I'll address what point means. Okay, so what is the point in geolocation? So point is the geolocation object type. There are different types of objects in geolocation. There is point, there is polygon, there is also multi-point, there is multi-line string, there is multi-polygon, there is geometry collection, there are all sorts of them. There is also triangle if you want. Okay. So there are different types of GeoJSON object types. Just like you have types in data, so you can have int, float, and etc. etc. There are also GeoJSON objects which have different types. There can be a triangle on. So have you seen this on your map? When you write Bhopal, suddenly a whole polygon of Bhopal is shown instead of a single point. Have you ever seen that, Joseph? Do you want me to show it to you? Just give me 1 second. Let me show it to you. So if I just come here and I write Bhopal, I do this and I click on map, it will not give me a single point. It will give me a contour. This contour that you see here, if I can zoom a little, there's this contour. Can you see this contour outside Bhopal? This line. This is not a road. This is not a road that you are seeing here. This is a contour. Can you see that? Now that is a polygon. That's not a single point. Contour is basically a line, parameter. This line here. I can zoom a little bit more. Can you see this line? This line here outside Bhopal. This is describing what is Bhopal. I can show it to you more clearly. If I just come back. Can you see this line here outside Bhopal? This is called as contour or a polygon that describes Bhopal. So it's not always the point that you have geolocation as a single point. It can also be a polygon. It can also be a triangle. If you want to describe a small portion on land, it can also be a triangle. So when you're describing an area, it's not usually a point. It can be anything that you want. So that's what I was saying, that GeoJSON can store not only points, but it can also store other types of data instead of point. It can also store an area. Does that make sense? Joseph? Hello? Joseph, does that make sense? Can you acknowledge once? I cannot see this hand. Who is raising hand? Can you just write yes if that makes sense? Joseph? We can replace point with polygon. Yes, you can replace point with polygon and you have to give bunch of coordinates. You just don't give a single point of coordinate. Okay. You have to do multiple points here. Instead of having just 2 points, you'll have to give bunch of more points. So I can show you how polygon will be drawn. So because polygon contains bunch more points than a single point. So I can have a name called a school, and this school is not a point, it will be a polygon, because school is a building, so it will be a polygon. And its coordinates, let's have a school outside this, so its coordinates will look something like this, comma, and then comma, there will be another coordinate, then another coordinate, and now we can add some more coordinates, 12.08, comma, 80.27, and then you can have, say, These 2 points are on the line. So what I can do is I can shift it a little. So I can do 30.08, comma 90.27. Now we have a triangle. That's how you can save. That's how you can save a polygon instead of saving just a single point. Okay, that's what is a point and a GeoJSON is. Now the more important part is how to search on a GeoJSON. Okay, suppose you have a bunch of points that you have saved and you want to see which of them is nearer to a point, which of them is further from a point. We can do some operations there. So first let's do db dot user dot find, and I want to find all the locations. And what am I going to find? I want to find address, which is $near, which is near, and I can define a point, and I want to find all the locations which are near this. So it is near, and let me define a location. So I have to define that I'm talking about a point. So I again have to do type. This should be, if the query is point type, then db has polygon point data mix, then it will search. Yeah, search will be still accurate. Search will still be accurate. You don't have to worry about that. So near, here you have to do geometry colon, and now you have to give what you are talking about. So near geometry, type is point, and coordinates. The coordinates that we are looking for are, let's give some latitude that we know, 13.06, comma 80.25. This is very near to Hariharan, and it is very near to school. I'll give this coordinate, type is point. I come out of this. And then after geometry, I also have to define the maximum distance in meters. So I can define that the max distance that I'm looking for is, say, 2 kilometers. And the min distance I'm not worrying about. Min distance can be anything. So this is type, then type, then geometry, then near, then address. Address should be like this. Okay, so it will find all the points, all the areas which are nearer to this point within a distance of, say, 2 kilometers. So if I click enter, error processing this tree, field address is near sphere. What is the problem? Okay, this requires an index. You also will need an index of this query. So you'll have to first create an index. So just give me 1 second. Spatial index. If query is one. Okay, so now I'll just come here and do db.user.index. No, create index, and the index that I'm creating is on array, sorry, on address, and the index that I'm creating is 2D. I'm creating an index of type 2D on address. If I click this, will fail. Test user. Okay, there are some users who don't have address. So let me just do db.user.find. Who all user don't have address? The school have. Hariyanan has this. Vishnu has this. Likit and Nitish. Likit also have it. Nitish and Abhijit are not there. So I can do db.user.delete many, and then I can do does not exist. Okay, so now I can just do address colon $exist as false. All the fields for which the address is not present, I want to delete them. I click that, and two of them are deleted. Now if I go and create an index on address, build fail, collection test user. What is the error? What is the error? If I just click on this, I'll just okay. Okay, location array. So yeah, just give me 1 second. I can delete the school as well, because the school is of not the same type as other points. So I'll remove his school because it is causing the problem. So I'll just go here and delete many. Just come here and write main as a pattern of school. I deleted 4 of them. I'll insert again. So this is Likit. Before Likit, I have inserted nothing. So I'll start from Likit. Let me see what is there in the table right now. db.user. There's nothing. So I'll just come here and insert 4 checks. Okay, first I'll insert Likit. Sorry. Likit and Hariharan, and I'll insert some more. Likit, Hariharan, Abhijit. I'll have some other points, maybe 27 and 80. This comma should not be there. That's the problem. And this and another bracket. Now it should work. So I have inserted. Let me check what all users are there. So there is Abhijit, Likit, and Hariharan. So far, so good. Now what I need to do is I need to create an address index. Now I can create an address index. Let's call it 2D. See. 2D sphere. Will this work? Yeah. Now this is working. Now we got an address of 2D sphere. Now we can do a find operation on the address using near. I run this. It returned nothing because there was nothing. But if I put a point which was there, so let me put Avijit's location is 27.70, 708018 and 80.302324. If I enter this, Avijit's point is returned. Okay. So this is how you can use GeoJSON. There's some little bit of tinkering that is involved and you have to read the error messages, but you can work it out. So let me revise what I have done. So coordinates 26. If coordinate is 26, let's see. If coordinate is 26, what will happen? Yeah. It will return nothing because there is nothing nearby. If I use something like 13.8 and 80.27, let's see what I can get. What is 2D sphere? 2D sphere is basically a point. You can think of it as a point. 2D sphere, 2D on the sphere of Earth. What was the error before? Error before was that you have bunch of points along with a triangle. So you have bunch of points along with a polygon. You cannot create a index on it. So you want either all of them should be points or all of them should be polygons. Then only you can create an index. So that was the problem. Then it's just like storing two columns of coordinates. Yeah, all should be similar. That is true. And that sir, this is nothing but GeoJSON. Yes, that is true. This is GeoJSON, but you need exactly same GeoJSON. You don't need a list of coordinates. And if one of them is a single coordinate, then you want all of them to be single coordinates. Avijit, you cannot have a mixture of that. This is where this becomes a little strict. MongoDB and NoSQL databases become a little more strict when we are talking about primary key or the index. Other than that, everything is chilled out. But when we have indexes, it becomes a little bit more choosy. Okay. Yes, specialty of GeoJSON. Specialty of GeoJSON is you can do a bunch of operations that you typically do on global data. So if you want to find, for example, if you are implementing app similar to Uber app, suppose you are implementing an Uber app, then you can use GeoJSON type of tagging to get nearby drivers. You can get who is nearby. It is not giving nearby for 26. Why is it not giving 26? Because it is the distance is max distance is, if I increase the max distance, so to say 20, to a larger number, it will give. So if I give max distance as instead of 2 kilometers, if I give 2000 kilometers, 200 kilometers, it will give as the number. Yeah, okay. Avijit, if I give as 200 kilometers, it will give the answer. If I give 2000 kilometers, it should probably give all the answers. It will give all three of them because they are still in proximity. So all of them are within 2000 kilometers of this data point. Okay, so that's how you can use GeoJSON. Now I will revise all the commands that I have discussed today, because otherwise, this also makes sense. Without revision also it's okay. But if I just revise them once, they will become very clear in your mind. Okay, so CRUD operators we have discussed. We have first discussed db dot my collection dot insert. In insert we have discussed insert many, and then you can give a list of uh, new document one. You can do document two dot. This inserts many documents in my collection. And you also have one more, which is db dot my collection insert one, and here you can just give document. This inserts a document, a single document in the collection. Okay, this is one. After the insert, we have also seen db dot my collection dot find. This takes three options. First is filter. We have discussed a lot of filter options, and there are a bunch of more that you can explore on your own. Filter is there, then and there are options out there. There are some options you can use. This can read a bunch of documents from the collection. And you have db dot my collection dot delete. Delete is also many. There's delete many, which takes a filter and say options. This will delete all the documents that match the filter. And you also have db dot my collection. It was update, I guess. Let me check what was the name of the function. This was probably update many. Update operators. Update many. Yeah, update many. There's also update one, but I'm just writing update many. This takes a filter. It takes a filter and it takes the update that you want to do, and it has some options. Options and filters are typically common across all three of them: find, delete, and update. You can read about them, and then this will perform update on the field on all the documents that match the field. There are also delete one and and after this we also discussed GeoJSON. Typical GeoJSON field looks like. Typical GeoJSON field will look something like this. There will be a field name and colon. There will be a type. Type can be any of the GeoJSON types. GeoJSON, and then you have coordinates. If you specify these two things, you can use there are a bunch of operators. Okay, here are some operators you can use in filters. There are some operators, for example, less than or in filters and update. There is first, which is set. This is going to set a value for a field. You also have other one in. This is going to search for a value in a list of options we have discussed. Abhijit, we have discussed options. I've not gotten into details of options, but I've discussed it passing remark. Like options can be some of the things you can do on top of filters, like what kind of write you want to do, what kind of read you want to do, and all those things are there in the options. Okay. Search for value in a list of values. There's also less than, which is less than, and so on. You can look for a list of operators. That's okay. And you can have coordinates. You can have GeoJSON type, and this is how a GeoJSON file look like. I'll give you an example also. Let me bring out an example. This is an example of inserting a polygon. How you can insert a polygon. Here is a polygon insert. For example, Control-Shift-C. This. How do I copy from here? If I click this, I'm not able to copy. Okay, I cannot copy. Let me try copying from here. Okay, I'll copy from here. What is user? I'll just first refresh this. Just give me a few minutes. I'm not able to copy in user. I'll go to this one and I'll copy it. Come back to and this is an example of GeoJSON. This is Likit, whose addresses are GeoJSON. So before searching for near a location, you need to create an index using the GeoJSON. Later you can do find using near operator. That's almost all the things I have discussed in today's class, and I hope now you have a good idea about MongoDB, how different things in MongoDB work. In the next class, we are going to discuss about how to basically in the next class, we are going to discuss about how you can create, just give me 1 second, how you can create data models in MongoDB. How we can access this file? Can you share GitHub link? I have shared that. When to use 2D in the query? Yeah, I have pushed the changes. I am going to share the file. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to share the GitHub link. When to use 2D in query? I'm not sure about that, Abhijit. Sometimes when you have 2D data, you can use. Yeah. I'm not sure. I mean, it was giving an error. So I was thinking that I can use 2D, but it was giving an error. So I have to use 2D sphere. Yeah. Maybe when you have polygon, you can use 2D instead of 2D sphere. Yeah. I have shared the GitHub link with you, Nayan. You can check out the file from there. Anything else? Anything else that you want to? Thanks. Okay. Please, I've pushed the changes on the GitHub. You can check it out. Yeah. Okay, students, that's it for today. Good night, everyone. Have a nice time. See you on Friday. Bye.